Hey guys, so today I'm here and I'm going to be doing part 2 of the paranormal crystal story here in Nature. I still got this guy out. I just took a little snack break real quick, but time to get on to part 2. If you guys haven't yet, definitely check out yesterday's video talking about like pretty much how I got this crystal and how it came to be. Definitely check that out. But without further ado, let's get on to part 2. Okay, so this is going on to after I then left the apartment, all that. Now, mind you, I did try to do some random, like, pendulum work, pretty much, where, you know, the paper and asking some questions for, like, divination purposes, but I didn't do that spirit thing again because it really freaked me out. So now I'm back into the house that I'm in now. So mind you, it's a few years later, past that point, and it's where we are now. And I was downstairs talking to my dad pretty much about, you know, different paranormal things. It was, like, pretty much when we first, like, moved in. And he had some questions about some of the things because he felt some weird gut feelings too in that place that kind of made him feel sick and not well. And this is going on also after the second apartment as well, so I am into where I'm at now. So I was just giving him some answers on things, and then, you know, because he always said like, oh, like I feel like you're holding back a little bit. So I told him a few stories that I never told anybody, like, you know, and I told him like, hey, like this is weird. But I told him how this crystal, told him how it came to be, where I got it from, and how when I tried it, it defied gravity and literally pointed at that room. And I was like, and I knew, like, it's for sure, like, no matter what I'm doing, everything's pointing to yes, like, there's a demon, there's the room. And then he's like, wait, what crystal? Do you still have it? So I'm like, yeah, you know. And then I went upstairs to go get it. And at the time, I had it in this little brown wooden box. Sadly, now it's broken, but I plan on getting a new one. But I had it in this little wooden box. The felt was kind of a little messed up at that point, but I then brought it downstairs to show it to him, and I handed it to him, and he's like, whoa, like, this feels like, this has a, you know, it feels intense. This has, like, an energy to it, and there's no other way to put it. Like, if I was gonna, like, put this near you, or if you were to touch it, it almost has, like, its own, I don't know, it just feels like you need to touch it. I don't know how else to put it. It just has a feeling to it. But it's not bad. It's not a bad feeling. It actually feels good. It almost feels like empowering, and I don't know how to put that. But he ended up taking, he's like, oh, so what do I do with this? And I told him about how you can ask, like, yes, no questions, and do this, do that. And so, mind you, he is the one holding it. And, you know, he's like, oh, you know, he's like, hey, bunnies. He always calls me bunnies. He's like, I'm not sure if I really believe this, you know, like, I love you, but I'm not sure. That sounds a little weird. Like, you're telling me something defied, you know, physics, pretty much. Like, alright. And I was like, but it really did. Like, try it, you know. Really trying to be perceptive and open in this experience. So he's the one holding it. He's make sure he's got his arm stable on the table. And we don't have a paper out or nothing. We're just asking about, you know, I guess he was like, well, ask it questions, do stuff. So I'm like, is there a spirit here? You know, and it starts to slowly move, you know, and I'm like, you know, and then it starts to really pick up. And I'm just asking random questions like, oh, so there is a spirit here. And mind you, it's going pretty good, where it's kind of looking like this when it's swinging and they're wide. And he's kind of looking at me really weird, like, whoa, like, how is this doing this? And he was like, I swear I'm not moving, I swear. I'm like, he's in my hand still. I'm like, I know, like, don't freak out, just let it go. And we're continuing to, like, talk different questions, and I was like, like, oh, like, who is it? Like, blah, 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 but it's still just swinging, and it's not really doing anything else. So it's just random questions, and then I ended up being like, sorry, I'm trying to show you guys at the same time, I ended up being like, can you show him that happened so he can believe me? This thing ended up taking in mid-swing, taking and going like this, in mid-swing, okay? And it made it so it literally defied gravity, but imagine it's up here again, so he's holding it like this, alright, and it was just swinging, doing these big old swings where you can almost hear it cutting the wind type deal. And then as he was holding it in the mid-swing, it started, sorry, I can't move my hand like that, it kind of just went like this. And mind you, it stopped. It stopped and was literally defining gravity because, like, the string, it was almost like somebody from the other side was going like this. But that, like, I don't know how else to put that, but, like, imagine I'm holding it and, like, somebody was holding it. You could see it in the string that it was like it was getting held or something. But mind you, you couldn't see it. I don't know, it was just super crazy. He ended up seeing it, he dropped it, and then just looked at me and said, that's enough. He's like, that's enough for now. Like, what just happened? And it really freaked him out because he is more of a he's more of the like religious type. He is very Catholic, and that kind of weird stuff like that really freaks him out. And the fact he could not explain that, he saw that it defied gravity, just freaked him out. He actually, ironically enough, it's been a while now since playing with this and touching this and all that. After that situation happened, at first he's like, get this away from me. The next day he then asked, can I see that? And then he ended up keeping it. And after all these years, he actually, because now it's been 2 years since that happened, he ended up keeping this in his room. So I had to grab this actually from him, because he's been keeping it in his room on his little bedside. So he's been keeping that in there because after that experience happened, he felt the urge that he wanted to hold on to it. So after this story, I'm going to give this back to him because, you know, it seemed to almost be good for him since he's had this. So I think it's important that, I think it was meant to go to him, if that makes sense. But, so, I have to give this back when I'm done, because he ended up, like, really feeling for the crystal, and I think that's beautiful. But yeah, that was my, like, little thing with the crystal, and, you know, it might just seem like nothing, but to me, it's just, it's wild. Like, you know, it was like, we're asking these questions, it's really starting to swing, and I'm like, oh, like, can you just prove it? Like, prove that it can do that. And the fact that it randomly was, like, doing the big swings, you know, and doing that, and then for it to be like, you know, mind you, well, his arms were like this, because he was on the table, so it's swinging. Then for it to go like this, and you could see, like, almost, like, even the bend in the cord type deal. Like, somebody was, like, almost holding it. It was just phenomenal, okay? This is actually a story that he wanted to make sure that I put out there. He told me specifically to talk about this story because he thought it was pretty life-changing for him. So yeah, I wanted to make sure I did put this part out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. If you have any of your own experiences with crystals, pendulums, anything like that that you find to be unique or anything like that, please share them down below. I love to read them. It means a lot to me. Any of your guys' own ghost and paranormal experiences, I love reading them. So please keep on sharing. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.